Another Epic Universe warning. Hey, what's going on everybody? Rick here for updates at Universal Studios Florida, but I thought I would start with a warning I forgot to mention in the last video regarding Epic Universe. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Also in this video, I'm going to show you one of the best snacks priced for under $10. Unfortunately, I don't think the model of Epic Universe inside of the Epic Universe Preview Center is going to help us with this warning. I need to refer to a picture from BioReconstruct if I can find it. To my eyes, the parking lot for Epic Universe seems to be a bit too small. Definitely not as big as the Epcot parking lot. I don't think it's as big as the Magic Kingdom parking lot. I don't think the parking lot at Epic Universe is big enough to handle the capacity of the theme park. So my advice would be, as always, to get to the theme park as early as you can. I'm going to be there early every day I'm there, so I'm not going to find out firsthand if the parking lot is too small. I'm not going to be showing up at 1 p.m. and being told, hey, the parking lot's full, why don't you drive down the studios and City Walk and take the bus over? Now, I could be wrong about this. I have not taken the time to count each and every individual space, but just eyeballing it, the size of the parking lot looks a little off. But as always, it's good sound advice to get to the theme park as early as you can. And now we can head into Universal Studios Florida on this gray overcast day. And can you see that or not see that? The Mardi Gras medallion is gone because Mardi Gras is over. Just a regular fun theme park day today. What do you guys think about the length of Mardi Gras? About 2 months. You think that's too long? To me, it feels like about 2 weeks too long. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I'm happy to get back to the regular theme park music. The spring break crowds haven't been too bad lately. Some new construction walls have appeared right at the front of the theme park. Pretty sure this is related to some underground plumbing issues. Better call Mario and Luigi. Looks like we need a pause for a high school band. This is actually the Putnam County All-Star Band. Universal Orlando has filed for a new permit regarding the replacement for Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. That permit calls for some of the work to include a new 2-story building. It is expected that Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket will close sometime in September later this year. Mardi Gras just ended last night, so we're still going to have some remnants of Mardi Gras for probably this upcoming week. We'll give them that long to get it all taken down and removed. I'm currently walking part of the parade route for Universal's Mega Movie Parade, which will return on April 12th. Now that the Mardi Gras parade is over, there's room for that parade now. The Mega Movie Parade will have daily performances from April 12th through April 24th, and then again on April 26th and 27th, May 1st, and then May 3rd through the 8th, and May 10th through the 15th, and then from May 18th through August 26th. After that, it will perform on August 28th, every Monday and Tuesday in September and October, and then again November 3rd through the 13th. You don't have to remember all of that. It's just a heads up, give you a general idea. Just check the app when you're visiting for the parade times and days. Well, look at this. Hat-Ma-Hit has gone rogue on us and gotten a new outfit. It is lovely. Yes, I see different colors and everything. Very nice. Oh, the eyes are different? Oh, of course, they're always beautiful, but they're made up a little different. But check out the new fashion from the goddess. Hat-Ma-Hit is a hit no matter what she wears. All right, where was I before the goddess distracted me? Where do we go after the biggest news of the day, Hat-Ma-Hit's new outfit? I'll just tell you that the wait time for the Mummy currently 45 minutes. You know, the walking around crowd doesn't seem to be too bad. I think maybe the first wave of spring break is over. I would worry about the week before and the week after Easter now. I'm just over here checking on the film vault, see if that sign that was once there was back, and it's not. I'll have some Halloween Horror Nights talk when we get over to the Halloween Horror Nights Stadium. But first, since we're over here by the lagoon with all of the sensational nighttime show fountains exposed, we'll go ahead and remind you about when that show, that nighttime show, is going to return, and that will be April 14th. And continue to perform at Park Close through April 24th, on April 26th and 27th as well, and then from May 22nd through August 24th. Again, you do not have to memorize those dates, just give you a general idea of when that performance is going to be back. When you're in the park, just check the app. It will give you the show times if it's going to occur that day. Let's step inside of the San Francisco Candy Factory for a second. Some of the sweets and the candies at Universal received new packaging. Look at that. I'll show you some more. Another one. And now on the flavored popcorn. New packaging. And I think, let me show you the cotton candy. Yeah, I never get cotton candy, but I think these are new too. I think the packaging is different. What do you guys think? I think this is new. Well, here in San Francisco, they've removed one Mardi Gras food tent, and they've added a stage, probably for a DJ for Grad Venture. I'm sorry, Grad Bash. Grad Bash first, and then Grad Venture. I gave the dates for both of those events in the last update video. Well, one way to check on the spring break crowds is to check on the wait time for Gringotts. Whoa, the wait time's pretty low. It's only 40 minutes. So I think the theme park's going to be a little slower until the week before and after Easter. Directly ahead, the Halloween Horror Nights Stadium. A good place to talk about Halloween Horror Nights speculation and rumors. Now, before I get into the very first speculation map for this year's Halloween Horror Nights, do me a favor. If you've made it this far, I want everyone who's made it this far to click the like button so that YouTube will send this video out to more people. Okay, on your screen right now should be the first HHN speculation map, which is all symbols. So we have to kind of decipher what these symbols mean. Looks like one could be for Fallout, another Five Nights at Freddy's, one could be another Slaughter Cinema. We had Slaughter Cinema 2 last year, maybe we'll have 3 this year. Another symbol looks to be maybe the Terrifier. But that is all I can kind of decipher between me and the internet. If you have some other ideas about what some of these houses could be, let me know in the comment section below. And Universal, come on, man. We still want a Creature from the Black Lagoon haunted house. Business is slow for the taco truck. No one's in line for tacos? I'm getting hungry, but I do not want a full-on meal. Just a snack. One of the best snacks you can get in studios, and for under $10, is here in DreamWorks Land. At Swamp Snacks, you can get the Swamp Dog, $9.99. So yes, under $10. Oozing green cheese hot dog wrapped in pizza tree bark. Now the thing is, the digital board has been updated to show the price at $9.99, but the physical menu at the counter still says $9.49. All done with my Swamp Dog. That is one of the best snacks you're going to get, and for under $10. Between the hot dog and the pretzel bun and the cheese, that hot dog packs a lot of flavor. Now it's $9.99. So how long will it be under $10? Who knows? But it seems like they maybe just changed the price because the digital menu has the correct price and the printed one is still $9.49. So maybe it just started its $9.99 phase and it will stay under $10 for a while. But I highly recommend that as a good, quick, under $10 snack. A big mystery here in Central Park. I need to get Scooby and the gang on it. The Lou Wasserman statue is missing. What happened to it already? Mardi Gras may be gone, but the seasonal crepe duck a la orange is still here. I am now officially on crepe watch, looking out for the next seasonal one. There are various structures around the park for Grad Bash. This one here, photo op. Here on Hollywood Boulevard, the Mardi Gras tribute store is officially closed. Next up, perhaps a summer tribute store. If I were a betting man, I would bet on some type of tribute store to honor the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Now, just because the Mardi Gras tribute store is closed doesn't mean you can't get Mardi Gras merchandise. It's been moved here into the Brown Derby. Well, there's not a lot of Mardi Gras merch here at the moment. That may change in the future. One little shelving unit, but it's 70% off. We'll see if they add more. I mean, the store just closed like yesterday. And I have an update on the pricing. It's 70% off, and then they take an additional 50% off again. Oh, my bad, there's more Mardi Gras than just the one shelf. This one here also 70% off, and then an additional 50% off of that price. And another shelf, and it has the popcorn bucket. You know how much these are now? Just $9.99. Wow, those are some good prices on that Mardi Gras merch. I'm gonna have to keep tabs on the Brown Derby going forward here for a little bit. But I want to remind you guys, I do more than just theme park videos. I have a whole other channel with my life outside of the theme parks. A lot of cool road trips, such as the one right here where I went swimming with sharks. Watch that next.